So here we are in game number 3, the last game of this series. So everyone, they've got everything to fight for now.
They do. It is the ace match. This is the match I love the most in any. I mean, the ace game, the game I love the most in any given match. And we have the Blue Zerg Snitchables, who just lost his second game but performed very, very well in game number 1, spawning on Daybreak in the bottom location at the top. We do have Underdark yet again going for a gateway expansion. It looks like so far by the positioning of this pylon, it is the red Protoss Underdark.
And yeah, so far we've had 2 gateway expansions, 2 different type of gateway expansions. And of course, game number 2 is more successful. So the question is, what one is he going to go for now? Personally, I know, man, it's very interesting, man, as a whole, because we're just so used to Forge Fast expansions that it's hard to compare a gateway expansion to like the Zerg's economy and how everything plays out. But it is going to be a gateway, and no scouts.
It looks like Underdark is going for a very similar build he did game number 1. Now, too bad. I'm just saying, too bad that Snitchables did not go for something like an 8 pool or a 10 pool.
Yeah,
that would have been funny to see. Nevertheless, we do have a hatch first, followed by a gas.
Ooh.
Well, if Snitchables can defend this, he's going to be miles ahead.
Yeah, and he should be able to. There's no
he should
forge
be.
or anything like that.
He's definitely going for fast speed with that gas before the pool.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there is the pool. Okay, I got scared for a moment. You're like, he should be putting down the pool. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there we have the pool.
No, in fair play to Snitchables, this is smart. Because the last 2 games he's seen gateway expansions. He's not seen a scout, so this hatchery first might not even be scouted, which is like quite a big deal. And as we can see, we have 2 gases, and all the guys are going on to gas. So it is so far like game number 2. The next pylon should be up in his main if it is like game number 2. There it is, and it looks like it is, which is pretty much going to be the 5-gate. Yeah, it was a 5-gate pressure while getting a robo and a forge to get some upgrades.
Yep.
The rally on the Zealot into the mineral line to, of course, protect it from any early circling pressure. And this is really smart by Snitchables, I gotta say. He's gotten his gas, he pulls them out, he's getting his minerals now, and he done it perfectly as well. There's 0 gas. And he's going to be in a very good spot, in my opinion. Very good.
He is, and I wouldn't mind actually him staying on 2 bases a little bit longer to get a good saturation going before he takes the 3rd base. But it's really I don't have the numbers down, to be honest. I just feel like if Underdark is going to be doing the same 5-gate pressure as he was last game, I don't know, do you think taking a very fast 3rd, like right about in the next couple of seconds, would be a safe bet, or would you just wait for a couple more drones?
I would wait a little bit. I would wait till... I know, I think going for like maybe a lair and the 3rd at the same time is very good, because it gives you a very good reactionary time, because like your lair finishes, 20 seconds, your hatch finishes, and then you can get the scout off and react to what's going on. And of course, that would hurt his economy a little bit. He has to put his guys back on gas, etc., etc.
One thing I want to say, a lot of Zerglings have been produced by Snitchables. Now, even if they don't do damage, they can bait out force fields, potentially. And
Zealot is not close enough to actually wall it off. I think that's not close enough.
No, it's not! 1 force field goes down, 2nd force field goes down, and will a 3rd force field be plopped down? It will have to if he wants to save the sentry. There it goes, and you know what this means? No scouting for the Protoss. He's completely in the dark. He doesn't know what Snitchables is going to be doing.
Warp gates are now finishing. He has to try and wall off with buildings to stop them running in. 1 sentry's building, and
oh my god!
He has to warp in some nice... Oh, sorry.
Very nice force fields. Those gateways need to be turned on, because he's only down to that 1. And Snitchables, he's doing so much damage already.
Right. MSC is coming back. Can drop a mother photon overcharge to surround the sentries, and that is never a good fight. So much gas is going down. 2 more sentries getting whooped in, and the Zerglings not fighting back. There we are. They're going for a couple probe skills. They'll only get 1 or 2, but that was such a cost-efficient trade.
That was a very good trade, and now Snitchables is feeling safe enough to take a 3rd base. This was such a smart play by Snitchables. Not only he denied scouting for the Protoss for a little bit longer of a time, but he did delay the mining from the expansion. He killed himself some probes, and he got a scout off. So he knows that there are only gateways. This is the only thing he has to worry about. He knows there is no +1 on the Zealots because there was no forge anywhere inside. Roach Warren is going down. Most probably we will see Lair with the next 100 gas, and well, Snitchables is looking pretty good, I have to say.
He also got like 5 sentries then,
yeah.
which is like
that makes this push that Underdark is basically forced to do a lot weaker.
Yeah, infinitely weaker. Like he would only have enough energy for a couple of hallucinations, for example.
And this might actually be a little bit of an all-in move because we have 6th gate just now finishing. Now that being said, not a very big army here yet for Snitchables, but he has units under production. Underdark cannot wait for a long period of time before he engages if he wants to win that fight. Now, that being said, the critical point is the very small ramp here. If he can get a force field there and prevent the units from the main to rally into the natural, he might very well do some very nice damage. But the Spine Crawler forces more Zealot Warpins because Stalkers and Sentries are really weak versus that.
Alright, so he pops an hallucination, scouts that the 3rd is there, and realizing that, you know, there's quite a lot of forces, he's going to go for the 3rd. And of course, you know, you can have a nice kind of attacking posture for at the 3rd because, you know, nice force fields, you can split them between the hatchery and, you know, the minerals or the cliffs and, you know, the edges. So he could have a decent engagement. Of course, if he kills the 3rd, he's going to be okay. He's not going to be great position, but he has 2 bases. He's got his gases. He hasn't got any tech, which will hurt him the longer the game goes on. But economically speaking, he is... I think he's not trying to go all in here. I think he thinks he can do a lot of damage. And I think he can. Gonna have some force fields drop. A lot of roaches not able to fight force fields behind some of the roaches as well. Zealots get on top of them. The Queen's doing some damage, not targeting the mothership core. Now they are.
I don't really agree with that time warp. That was really unnecessary. And now this army, basically, without those force fields, once those run out, this army cannot retreat. Saving that energy for a recall might have been the wiser choice. And you know, these roaches, there's just too many of them, and too few of those force fields. Those Stalkers have to get back, and now the Protoss is in a really tough spot because, you know, when you retreat with your army like this is a problem Wings of Liberty had. When you attack like this and then you are forced to retreat, all your sentries die, usually. Yes. But Snitchables, he's not pursuing, so those sentries might actually end up living.
Well, they're fine. Roach speed isn't done yet. So roaches are 2.25, sentries are 2.25, so there's no way we could actually catch them. If he produced Zerglings, he did produce Zerglings, but obviously the Zerglings get killed off first. He would have been able to catch them, but unfortunately there weren't any. Now we do have a robo. We have 4 guys on one gas and 2 on another in the natural, so a bit of a misclick once again, which is something we've seen a few times. And this is very smart. This is something he needed to do, is double robo. And if he goes double immortal, which it doesn't look like he is, he's going Colossus. I don't like the Immortals would be better because as you can see the Spire is in production and the Immortals would hit before the Spire or like force the Mutas to defend the attack that would be coming at that moment. But if it's Colossus, the timing comes and I think Mutas might hit before then.
Well, there's one more thing. You know, not that many force fields forced Underdark to waste more gas on warping fresh sentries in just to stay alive. 2 Immortals are about to pop, but we do have a Spire about to finish in 20 seconds time or 15 seconds time. 4th base being taken by Snitchables, and if he goes into a Muta switch off of this, which it really looks like it, he's stockpiling a lot of gas, 1000 gas almost. If he goes into like 15 Mutas and storms the main with them, while, I mean, remember, he still has all of these roaches alive, and there are the Mutas.
Yep.
This will be so hard for Underdark to even stay in this game, not to mention winning it. That's a long shot.
Yeah, and he didn't actually have, you know, the economy to support double robo production for Colossus, so that was a bit...
you basically need 3 bases for that.
Pretty much, otherwise you are not producing anything gas related.
Yeah.
And we're going to see this come into play because once the meter's hit, he's not going to have enough gas to actually build Stalkers to defend against it. So one Colossus does now pop. He is also going for range as well. The meters are starting to bank up towards this base, and they're going in for it. There's no cannons, nothing like it. The Mothership Core is not that close either to be able to recall. And it looks like even Underdark looks like he's going for a third, as there is a pylon there ready to go. But here come the meters. Lots of probes getting killed off. 11, 12. Stalkers warped in, but they will get instantly killed off.
Yep, there is quite a lot of Mutalisks here, but well, with this amount of sentries, I would get out of there. Where are you, Mutas? And very good call by Snitchables. At the same time, he's hitting the natural expansions as well, and all the forces will be needed to defend versus these roaches, especially this force fields, which means that there will not be all that much anti-air. But the Mutas are all but forgotten. Oh, will they actually survive? As very good force fields at the natural, keeping it alive, and the Mutas do actually survive, and they do pick off the majority of the Stalkers. More Mutas are being produced, and
point on the robo was out into the natural.
Underdark is just hanging on by a thread right now.
He has 2 Stalkers. He has like 1 more Stalker. No, still 2. Sorry. There's another one coming down from the main. There are 7 Mutas. They're taking a bit of damage. Photon Overcharge has got to get dropped onto the Nexus. It does, but more meters come in. The Colossus are being targeted down, so that means there's no splash damage. The Immortals running in, Zerglings trying to surround them. They will go down, and everything is getting killed off around the Dark. More Zealot, Stalker Warping will try and save this, but I don't think it is going to, as we still have 13 meters here dealing damage. The Photon Overcharge, of course, getting some kills, but now, of course, they just run into the main where there is no Photon Overcharge. The Mothership Core is dead, and we will see GG very soon.
Very soon indeed, especially with the 4th base of the Zerg up and running. Even if Underdark would somehow get out of this mess, he would not be able to close out the game. And there's the GG from Underdark. Snitchables advancing to the later stages of the tournament. Nicely done. To the finals?
Yeah, it's going to be straight luck for him now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's it. Finals, bro.